Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and welcome to a Sega Wall episode. I haven't done an actual proper Sega Wall video for quite a while now because there has been no Sega Wall. It's taken 5 long months of finally finding an area in the house where I can set up all the Sega, and I thought it's fitting. There's loads of videos in the pipelines. There's going to be a Sega Wall video that just is going to focus solely on the Dreamcast collection, because I now have pretty much a full UK PAL set, but I didn't want to shoot that video until I'd done a couple of little upgrades and a few little tweaks, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. As soon as that arrives, as promised, as loads of you asked in comments, there will be a Sega Wall dedicated just to the Dreamcast. But this video is just a bit of a response really. I was watching TootyUK's video, and it's a bit of a lower ebbed video from Tooty. He's always so upbeat and really passionate, and will go on and on and on about the tales of the booter and all his pickups and all the things he's done, but just his latest video didn't have that edge, and he was touching on some points that really rung true to me as well. I started YouTube solely just to share my passion with other people out there that love to collect retro, into Sega, Nintendo, whatever it is, just getting into the scene, because I found that I've got many friends, but you know, some of them are gamers, but they don't get my passion for retro collecting, and it's just nice to share my memories and opinions with everyone else. And YouTube's a great base for that. I started originally on Facebook, and I helped set up Galaxy Sega and Retro Realm. Great groups. And then I got to know some tubers, got really in with Gruss Newton, TootyUK, Pete Armour on a retro tip. All of them guys, loads more. And they're all saying, Scott, do a YouTube channel. And it's them guys that pushed me to get in front of the camera and to actually start recording some videos and sharing my collection and some of my memories and the journeys. You know, I absolutely love doing pickups videos. I love to show everyone what I've got and just, you know, a general chit chat about it, because the thing I get out of pickup videos, and I watch many on YouTube, is it can inspire you. There might be that odd game that you've forgotten about, or a game that you didn't even know existed, and you see someone pick it up and passionately talk about that game, and that sort of like helps the momentum and helps you decide on what to go for next. And yeah, this is sort of like what I want to touch on, guys, is just, yeah, the reasons why I'm doing YouTube. And like what Tooty said, he feels like he just lost a little bit of his passion. He's lost a bit of belief in YouTube. I'm trying to reinstall some of that in saying, what am I saying? Yeah, basically that there is still loads of us out there that are passionate about the games, that don't care about the polish and all these high-tech videos, repeating loads of what you can find on Google and going over the same old run of games and all of that malarkey. No disrespect to American YouTubers when I'm saying this, but it seems like a lot of the UK scene is following the American scene. Now, I love some of the American YouTubers, they're great, but I like to feel that in the UK we're passionate and we do things differently here, and we're a bit more real. Everything we're talking about is more real, more open and genuine. You know, it feels genuine. It's not like a magazine, it's not like a high glossed, high production videos. You know, I've tried to improve my videos just for sound and lighting and all that sort of thing. You know, I've got nothing against that, but I just want to go back to what Tooty was saying about how YouTube a few years ago, the scene was really vibrant, loads of tubers, loads of UK tubers, building a massive community, sharing loads of videos and keeping it real. And this is what this video is all about. Just going to have a brief little chat about, I've done a video in the past, one of the very first new Sega Wall videos I done, which I titled The Beginning. That video I focus heavily on what got me into Sega, and most of you will know, or if you've seen that video, it was seeing Outrun back in 1986 on a family holiday. I think it was to Skegness or somewhere like that. It was definitely a Butlins campsite. You know the score. And yeah, just walking into an arcade with me dad, being a wee little nipper, walking in there and boom, just hearing that Outrun music, wondering what on earth it is, seeing all the teenagers of the time crowded around this one machine, and it was Outrun. And that's when I realised Sega. I saw the blue writing on the side, the Sega logos, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I did get to play on it, and but I can remember queuing up. There was crowds of people. That's what it was like back in the day in the arcades. You always knew when there was a new machine, because all the crowds and all the hype would be gathered. Everyone would be gathered around that one new machine, and Outrun blew the arcades away for its time. No one had ever seen a car racing game quite in the same light as Outrun. And yeah, that's where it began. And then my fascination with Sega grew and grew. At home I had a Spectrum, so I'd madly go out and try and get hold of all of the US Gold Sega conversions, which most of them are god awful. A few little ones that were alright and playable, but 9 times out of 10 they were diabolical. And that's all I had until I finally got a Master System a few years later and got to play the likes of Outrun, Space Harrier, and all the games I'd got used to in the arcades in the home. And they were great conversions for the time. So that's where it sort of started with Sega with me, and it's never left me. I've followed Sega all the way through. Future videos will be going on sort of like my history with Sega, and also how it took me down certain paths. And that's the life I sort of like have led. I spent many years running my own business. I worked for Electronics Boutique. I ran my own market stall and store for a long time, selling retro games. That is what I'm in. I've always been passionate. I've gone hardcore more collecting over the last 8 years or so. But I've always had a games collection, but it's been in the last at least 8 years where I've been more focused collecting Sega and just genuinely trying to build the Sega wall. Just going to touch on a few little games. This is just a laid back chat. We would talk about a few little games, the nostalgic games. This doesn't mean they're good games, it don't mean that they're classics. It's just what was great back in the day is consoles were expensive, and you relied on your mates, family, friends. Everyone you knew would have a different game to what you had, and that was what was great. Now in this day and age, every kid has FIFA, every kid has Call of Duty, they all have the same titles. But back then there were so many titles to choose from, so many different games. Money was tight back in those days, and we all relied on Christmas, birthdays, pocket money, friends, family, like I've just said, and everyone chose a different game, and this is what made it so fascinating. So not only have I gone and collected the games that I had when I was young, I've also collected the games my mates had when I was young, and also I've collected games that I really wanted when I was young, or I'd seen in magazines, because it was all about the magazines. Couldn't wait until those magazines hit the newsagent shelves, and I'd go and buy most of them. I was into Mean Machines, CMVG. They were the two main ones growing up that I collected, and I couldn't wait for them to come out and see the games. Half the time it was daydreaming on some of these games that I really wanted. I was quite fortunate in the town I grew up in. We had quite a few little independent shops that sold Japanese import games and the like, so I didn't miss out there, and I used to save my hard-earned paper round money and pick up as many games as I could. But we're just going to run through a few games that are nostalgic to me. Now, one of the games that leaps straight out on the Sega wall to me is this, and that is The Last Battle. Now, The Last Battle isn't a god-awful game. It's a version of a cut-down version of Fist of the North Star released in Japan. But this was a launch title on the Mega Drive. And I can remember getting my Mega Drive, and it was the Altered Beast pack. And one of the games my parents had got me with it was Last Battle. Now, I played and played and played this game over that Christmas holiday. Made myself like this game. And it's just so nostalgic to me. Every now and again, I'll put it on. I still haven't got a clue what you're doing in it. But it's just one of those games. The memories come flooding back. I remember it so well. So that's The Last Battle. Another game I had pretty much from launch. And I was amazed by this game. I didn't think it could look any better than the Atari ST. And that is Super Hang-On. Another game that I got that Christmas, and I played this game to absolute death. Absolutely great conversion on the Mega Drive, and this is a game you can pick up for a couple of pounds. You know, it's going to cost you under a fiver, I'd say, and it's well worth putting in the collection. So that's another really nostalgic game. And then, of course, we've got The Revenge of Shinobi. I can remember getting so frustrated with this game. There was it the warehouse mission? There was a mission that I just couldn't keep enough lives to get past. But what a game. I played this game so much as a kid growing up. And it just reminds me of some of my best mates at the time. We would all sit there, taking in turns, taking a life each, doing a level each. We actually played this game for days and days in the holidays. So another great title, The Revenge of Shinobi, and an awesome soundtrack. I only have to hear that music and the memories, friends that I haven't seen for many years. You know, just all of that just comes flooding back into my mind. Absolutely great. Another game that jumps out, and this was more of a Mega Drive title. It was not a Mega Drive title, an Amiga title. This was more of an Amiga title that I loved back in the day, and I couldn't believe it when it came out on the Mega Drive, and that is Speedball 2. What a game. And do you know what? When I have a retro night now, this is still one of the first 2-player games we'll pick up and play. Speedball 2 was just done so right. You know, this isn't as good as the Amiga conversion. It's not as polished, but it is a great conversion on the Mega Drive. I love it. I love this game to pieces. Whenever I have mates round, we always play this game, and it just, again, the memories come flooding back. I can remember my best mate growing up as a kid, his older brother, he just used to beat us over and over at this game. I can remember being so determined to beat him, but he always got the upper hand on us. And just the memories. Many a pad were thrown playing this game. Absolutely great. Fell out with friends over this game and made up again. You know, it's just such a nostalgic game. Speedball 2, an absolute classic. And there's so many, I can go on and on and on, guys. There's so many great games on the Mega Drive. One game that I will have to shout out, and I've mentioned it in a Forgotten Classics video, but one of the first Japanese games I ever did get was Gynog. I haven't got the Japanese version of this in the wall yet, but I will get it one day. But what a game. I can remember being absolutely mesmerised when I saw this game. I can remember going round a mate's house after school, and his older brother had an import Mega Drive, and he was playing this. This was what made me want a Mega Drive. I can remember seeing this older lad playing Gynog on his imported Mega Drive and just thinking, wow, I have got to get one of these consoles. It was such, back in the day, it just seemed such a massive step up from the Master System to the Mega Drive. And I can just remember listening to this music, looking at the gothic graphics and just thinking, can games get any better than this? I really just couldn't think games could get any better. And to this day, I still play Gynog regularly. I absolutely adore this game. And out of probably all of the shooters, this is one of them that's one of the most nostalgic shooters on the Mega Drive for me. It's not my favourite, but it's just the nostalgia of it and the memories. They come flooding back, guys. So that's just a few of the games that I can remember. Let me know in comments down below what games spark that nostalgic chord with you and what games hold that passion with you. There's so many more I can go through. Out of the wall, got to mention it, is Sonic 2. Out of all of the Sonic games, this is the one I played the most. I played this game until I finished it, and I can remember enjoying this version, Sonic 2, more than any other Sonic game on the Mega Drive. Absolutely fantastic game. I will put this game on now, but it's just a quick blast. It's just that quick blast of nostalgia. Me and my brothers sitting there all round our little portable TV playing Sonic 2. What a game. A game I haven't got in the wall, but I will get it eventually. And it's sort of like the reverse, really. It's a game that I bloody detested. And I can remember the Christmas I got the Mega Drive, I ended up with loads of Boots vouchers. Back in the day, Boots, which is a chemist, used to sell computer games. They used to have a section of video games, and I can remember I got loads of vouchers, and I went in there and they had a choice of about 8 Mega Drive games, and I purchased Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man game released on the Mega Drive, because, you know, what kid didn't want a superhero game? And I can remember getting home and being so gutted that I'd spent all my money on this game. I just didn't like it. I just didn't get into it, and I don't know if it's deliberate that I haven't got it in the wall yet, but it's one of those games, again, when I see it pop up, it always reminds me of the pure hatred I had for that game. But, you know, perhaps I need to get it again and give it a blast, and I might like it now, you never know. But there's so many games, so many great games that we can talk about. It's sort of another game that I play all the time, and the memories come flooding back again with my mates. Another co-op game, 2-player game, and that's Forgotten Worlds. What a game this was. I'm looking to get this on the PC Engine as well. Fantastic. Absolutely love the conversion of this on the Mega Drive. And the memories, guys, oh, it's crazy. I can remember half a dozen of us all crowding around this, wanting to play it. I can remember one of my mates at the time that got it before me, kept going around his house, he kept bringing it round mine, and we kept playing this game. I can remember lending him, I think it was Golden Axe. I would lend him Golden Axe and he'd let me borrow this. What a game. Absolutely fantastic. And another one I'll stick on and I'll play from time to time. A brilliant game. So there we go, guys. We'll stop there. But, you know, I just wanted to throw a bit of passion, a bit of a reason why I've got this mad buzz and excitement and nostalgia and all of these emotions all wound into one, and why I collect video games and why I'm so passionate about it. Let me know in comments down below what games have these memories for you, which games strike that retro collect buzz inside. Let me know, guys. I'd love to know. Let me know what you think of this video. If it does well, I'll continue doing more and more of these type of open videos where we'll just talk about general games, general things in the Sega wall. And like I said, there's plenty more Sega walls coming. It's been 5 months waiting for the wall to be up, and I can assure you all now there's plenty more focused Sega wall videos on the way. Until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.